don't like the circle thing, but whatever. You don't like the circle thing, but anyway. We can do with something. Okay. All right, we'll get started with our regular free breath. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth.
Oh, I need this so much.
Just slowing your breath down. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Bringing your attention to here, to now, to this space. Last one, breathing in and breathing out. Centering your energy, centering your mind. Good, so we'll start with our warm-ups, looking over to your right, stretching the left side, and forward. Forward, breathing out. And to the left, breathing in. And forward, breathing out. Looking up, breathing in, stretching the front of your neck, dropping your head back. And forward, breathing out. And down, breathing in, stretching the back of your neck, trying to touch your chin to your chest. And forward, breathing out. Again, up, breathing in, stretching the front. And forward, breathing out. And down, breathing in, stretching the back. And forward, breathing out. Tilting your head over to the right, trying to touch your ear to your shoulder, but pulling your shoulders down. And forward, breathing out. And to the left, breathing in, stretching that right side. And forward, breathing out. Again, to the right, stretching that left side. And forward, breathing out. And to the left, breathing in, stretching that right side. And forward, breathing out. Good, shoulders backwards, up to your ears, and forwards and down. Back up and forwards and down. Really exaggerating that range of motion, squeezing them back, up and forwards and down. And forwards and down. Alright, good, and we'll change direction. So forward, up to your ears, and down and back. Forward, up, and down and back. And really see if you can feel your shoulders going up. So not just the elbows moving, but getting those shoulders engaged, and your awareness to that body part. And then elbows, so go away, relaxing those shoulders. All right. I usually do my announcement that's right now, but if you're recording, then you'll have to find out. I'll tell you guys later. Change direction, come here. Alright, come here, good, excellent. And then change sides, go away. Good. And change direction, come here. Good, and then we'll do our hips, so like your hula hooping, you can start small and go big, feeling that stretch in the front of your hips, maybe the sides. Alright. Good, and change direction, away. Alright, good. And feet together, knees one way. And the other direction. And feet apart, knees upwards. And inwards. Okay. We'll do our ankles and wrists together if you can, if not just one at a time. And then the other side, other direction. All right, sweet. So we're going to try to finish the 8 today, but because we're recording this, we'll just go through what we did last week, but maybe kind of faster, so because we need to get through the second half, right? So I'm gonna face this way, face this way first. So we'll start with the first movement. So the first movement, just to kind of get our breath down, is really just this one, right? So feet underneath the knees, underneath the hips here, and then just breathing in, raising just the shoulder height, and then breathing out. So notice and feel when your shoulders might raise and engage, and maybe just telling your shoulder blades to drop down and back. Good, and then breathing out and softening those knees, feeling that connection to the earth through your feet. So we inhale, breathing in and breathing out. Just like a wave here with your breath. Maybe closing your eyes if that's available to you. Just here for a few breaths. Beginning to relax a little bit here. Breathing in, breathing out. Maybe slowing your breath down a bit. Breathing in and breathing out. And when you inhale and your hands raised, maybe imagining them floating up on a cloud and just relaxing your fingertips down. Maybe imagining a string pulling up on your wrist there, and then just floating down. So a little bit of softness and mobility of the wrists there. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, we'll do one more here. Breathing in and breathing out. And then we'll go right into our repulse monkey. So we'll go left hand forward, right hand back. So your left hand forward, right hand back. And then right hand to your ear and push and pull, breathing out. Breathing in, right hand forward, left hand back. Left hand comes to the ear and push and pull, breathing out. Breathing in. And relaxing those shoulders, so notice there, breathing out. And when we're reaching back, again, we're just going to that back corner, so we're not going all the way back to the wall over there, but just to the corner. Making sure you're breathing all the way out before you breathe in again. Bending at the elbows, so again, noticing when your shoulder might start to engage, and just when that happens, is bend at the elbow. Breathing in, so just maybe your hand just goes shoulder height, bending at the elbow, push and pull. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. So not even that high the bar. You can lower the hand when you reach back, bend at the elbow a little bit sooner. So just notice if you're going a little bit high, like just relaxing that elbow down can sometimes help. Just thinking about keeping that elbow lower than your shoulder. Breathing into here, bend there, bend. Yeah, there you go. And then breathing out. Just notice how that feels, how it might feel different in your body and your shoulder. And breathing out. All right, we'll do one more on each side here. Breathing in, breathing out. One more here, breathing in and breathing out. And we'll transition here to just the footwork for the side step, okay? For our footwork here. So you can just drop the hands down and shift the weight to the right. You put your hands on your hips, or the back or the front. Stepping out to the left. So remember here, we want to step out a little bit behind and then push and turn. So now we're pushing towards the clock walk here, right? Good. Pulling back, pivot in. Shifting your weight to the left, stepping out with the right, a little bit behind, and then push and turn. So pushing that back heel, good, excellent. Yeah, make those adjustments, Claudia. Pulling back, pivot in, shifting your weight to the right, stepping out left, and push and turn, breathing out. Push with that back heel, good. Good, Sandy. Pulling back, breathing in, pivot in, shifting to the left, stepping out right again, stepping back a little bit wider than you think, and then push and turn. Yeah, good, that's good. Yeah, push that back heel back. Pulling back, breathing in, pivot in, shifting to the right, stepping out left, and push and turn. Good, Sandy, good. Pulling back, breathing in, pivot in, shifting to the left, stepping out right, and push and turn. Yeah, and don't be afraid to push that back heel. So right there, Claudia, you can push that back heel back. Yeah, there you go. See that turn? Yeah, that's good. Pulling back, pivot in, shifting to the right, breathing in, stepping out left, and push and turn. Push with that back heel, keeping that front foot steady. Good. Breathing in, shifting to the left, stepping out right, and breathing. We'll do one more on each side. Breathing in, shifting to the right, stepping out left, and push and turn. And one more here. Breathing in, pivot in, shifting to the left, stepping out right, and push and turn. Yeah, step out with the heel first there. So you want to step out with the heel first and then push and turn. Yeah. Alright, let's take a break here. Just stand up, shake it out, stake it out. Feel good? So those are basics. We're gonna add. Yeah, it looks a lot better from last time. Have you guys been practicing? Alright. So we're gonna do the same footwork but with the hands. Okay, so we'll do it a few times with our brush knee palm, and then we'll change to our brush horse's mane a few times. So I'm gonna face this way, and then maybe I'll turn to face the other way just for video. But here, we'll just start with our commence form from one breath here. So feet underneath your knees, underneath your hips. So breathing in, arms up shoulder height, and breathing out, sinking down. And then here, shifting your weight to the right, looking back. So we're looking to that exit corner over there. Right? So the left palm is down, right palm is up. This is pose one in your T-step. And then two, so right hand comes to the ear, left palm pushes down, left heel steps out, and then push and turn, breathing out. Yeah, push with that back heel, feel that stability. Breathing in, pivot in, shifting your weight to the left, looking back. So here we are, pose one, right one, our T-step. Pose two, left hand comes to the ear, right palm pushes down, right heel steps out, and then push and turn. Yep, so make those adjustments there, Clara, if you need to, right? Widen your stance a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Yep, pulling back, pivot your right foot in, shifting your weight. So when we shift the weight to the right hand will come up, right here. Our T-step, so nice and open here, Alex, with the elbow. Yeah, there you go. And then just watching, I see you in there. And just making sure that wrist is flat and you're not caught in your back. So it's nice and flat, neutral there. Pose two, comes to the ear, pushing down, and straight down here. Hips are still open here, and then push and turn. Yep. And the bottom hand is next to you, right palm down, fingers facing forward, and the right hand is forward. Pulling back, pivot that left foot in, pivot your left foot in, shift your weight to the left, looking back. Right, so just making sure your elbow's nice and round, the wrist is neutral, stepping out. So we're just pushing straight down here with the right hand, so making sure you're not pushing out, just straight down. This is a number cock block, and then push and turn. Pelvic block there. Yep, so this is opposite arm, opposite leg here in front, so just double check. Clara, opposite arm, opposite leg. Yeah, and then make those adjustments, right? Make those adjustments with the stance. No, you were right arm. Okay. So if your right foot is in front, your left hand is in front. Yeah, there you go. Pulling back, pivot your right foot in, shifting your weight to the right, looking back. Yep, so watch that elbow there, Alex. Yep, there you go, just a little bit. And here, actually, we're looking back to the direction of that palm, if that's available for you. And then stepping out. So bring that hand to that ear there, Anna, and then push and turn. Push with that back heel. Yeah, there you go. Yep, make those adjustments there, Clara. If you need to widen the stance, do so. Pulling back, pivot that left foot in, shifting your weight to the left, and that's when that left hand goes down and up. So just watching that neutral wrist there, stepping out with the right heel, pushing down with the right palm, and then pushing. It's okay, so we gotta get the three poses, okay? So here we finish with the opposite arm, opposite leg. So the right foot in front, left hand is in front. And then pulling back, pivot in, pivot your right foot in, shifting your weight to the right. So the right hand is extended to the right corner. It's really hard to extend the left hand right without twisting. So it's the right hand to the right corner, this is our T-step. And then on pose two, the right hand, so just identify the right hand comes to your ear, left hand pushes down, and the left heel steps out, right? And then this is it's kind of like a wind up. So now we just connect that right foot to the right palm. The right palm is the one that's going to palm, push forward, push and turn. Yeah, there you go, good, excellent, good. Pulling back, pivot, and sometimes it just takes going slower to think about it, give yourself time. So left hand comes down and up, we're in our T-step here. These three things happen at the same time. Left hand comes to the ear, right palm pushes down, right heel steps out. And now we're just going to connect here. So just think left hand, left foot, pushing and turning. Yeah, so adjust that stance there, Clara, right? You need to step out further. That's okay. You know, here's a way you can kind of get around it. I'll show you a way to get around it, Clara. So if you are not stepping over too much, then you just push to the corner. Okay, so just make sure you're stable to the corner. Don't try to push to the wall, because then you'll, right? So then just push to the corner here. So I'm going to do this with you. And then pulling back in here, just don't pivot in as much. To kind of recenter. And then stepping out and make that adjustment here now. And again, if you don't step out enough, then you just push to the corner. Okay? But hopefully, in time, you'll be able to. This side is actually better. You're able to step back more. Just push that back heel back. Yeah. Yep, pulling back, pivot that left foot in, shifting your weight to the left. Yep, down. And this is right palm down. Yep, left palm up. And then stepping out, left palm to your ear, right palm pushes down, right heel steps out. Maybe a little bit wider than Clara, and then push and turn. Maybe a little bit wider. Yeah, or just push to the corner, that's fine too. So we'll do one more on each side, pulling back, pivot that right foot in, shifting your weight to the right, stepping out left, and pushing. Yeah, get that into the ear sooner there. Right, pulling back one more. So that all happens on pose 2. We're going from here's pose 1, right, to 2, get it to the ear. Right, and push down. So the hand comes to the ear, you push down, and the heel steps out, but there's no weight on it yet. All that happens at the same time. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and then push and turn. A little bit of balance. All right, we're going to transition here to our. Actually, do you have any questions on that first? Don't be scared. We're gonna
frozen. The three of you.
We're going to transition to our brush horse's gait. So same footwork, just different hands. So pulling back, pivot that right foot in, shifting your weight to the right. Now we're holding the ball, right? So if your weight is on the right foot, your right hand is on top of it. Yeah. And then just making sure your palms are facing each other here. Okay. It's like you're holding a toilet, paper towel holder. Okay. Stepping out gently with the left heel and brush horse's gait here. So now we have the same arm, same leg in front, yeah? Yep. Pulling back, pivot that left foot in, shifting to the left, holding the ball, stepping out right gently, and then brush horse's gait. Yeah, good. Yep. Yep, good. Yep. Pulling back, pivot that right foot in, shifting your weight to the right, holding the ball, stepping out left heel gently, and then push and turn. Yeah. So trying to, as you get better at this, as you are already, trying to fine tune that moment that the heel touches the ground. So pulling back, pivot in, holding the ball, fine tune this moment when your heel touches the ground, that there's no weight on it, and then push and turn. Yeah, good. Pulling back, leaning in, pivot in, holding the ball, stepping out left, brush horse. Same arm, same leg again. Yeah. Pulling back, leaning in, pivot in, holding the ball, stepping out left, brush horse. Excellent. This may be easier. That was good. That's good talk. Pulling back, leaning in, holding the ball, stepping out left, brush horse. But yeah, watch that ball in hand, right? So just next to you on that table, not too far back, but bouncing that basketball next to you. Yep, pulling back, pivot in, sweeping under, holding the ball, stepping out right, and brush horse. Excellent. Yep, not too high there, Alex, a little bit lower, so just chest height. Yep, and then one more on each side. Breathing in, pivot in, holding the ball, stepping out left. Brush horse's name. Good, good. Yep, and fingers facing forward on that bottom hand. Yep, there you go. Breathing in, one more. Pivot in, holding the ball, stepping out left. Brush horse's name. Yeah, okay. And we'll just finish here by coming back to center, pivot that right foot in, coming up, stepping in with the left. That's really good. All right, cool. That's what we did last week. All right. Any questions? Review. We're good. We're good. Okay. Don't be afraid to speak. Okay. All right. So let's do a little bit of. Let's just put that together, just like we did last week, just as it is in the form. So it's just one on each side, and then we'll from that we'll go on to the next week, which is the wave hands, our side step. Right. Okay. So I'm going to face this way. So feet together, breathing in and breathing out, slinky. Shifting to the right, stepping out left gently, centering. Breathing in, arms up shoulder height. Breathing out, sinking it down. Breathing in, left hand forward, right hand back, forward, pull slinky. Right hand comes to the ear, push and pull, breathing out. Breathing in, right hand forward, left hand back. Bending at the elbow, push and pull, breathing out. Shifting your weight to the right, looking back, so you're coming into your T-step, push the wrist and the elbow, stepping out left, hand comes to the ear, bottom hand pushing down, and then push and turn to our pushing palm. Breathing in, pivot that left foot in, shifting your weight to the left, looking back. Stepping out right, left hand to the ear, right hand pushes down, and push the palm. Yep, step out with the heel, it's okay, step out with the heel. So a little bit hesitant there, but just step, see if you can step up. There you go. And then here, pulling back, putting your right foot in, holding the ball, stepping out left heel, so gentle, and brush horse's name. And one more breathing in, pivot your left foot in, sweeping under. So here, feeling steady and strong on that left side, stepping out with the right heel, and then push and turn, brush horse's name. We'll just come back to center here, pivot that right foot in and coming up. Yeah, cool. Okay. We're going to do that again, and then instead of coming up, we're just going to continue with our wave hand. Maybe do 3 to one side. I don't know wherever I go off, and then 3 to the other side. We'll just practice that. Okay? So here we go again. Feet together, breathing in, and breathing out. Stepping out with the left, centering. Breathing in, arms up shoulder height. Breathing out, sinking down. Breathing in, left hand forward, right hand back. Right hand to the ear, push and pull, breathing out. Right hand forward, left hand to your waist. Breathing in, right hand forward, left hand back. Left hand to the ear, push and pull. Left hand forward, right hand to your waist. Breathing in, shifting your weight to the right, looking back, stepping out left heel, and then brushing palm. Breathing in, pivot your left foot in, shifting your weight to the left, forward, stepping out right heel, and then brushing palm. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Pay attention there. Yep. Pulling back, pivot your right foot in. Shifting your weight to the right, holding the ball, right hand on top. Stepping out gently with the left heel, brush horse's name. Yep, good. Pulling back, breathing in, pivot in. Sweeping under, holding the ball. Stepping out right heel, brush horse's name. So from here, we're going to shift the weight all the way to the left. We're going to do our wave hand, stepping in with the right. Stepping out with the left. Okay? Stepping in with the right. Stepping out with the left. And on this one, we'll just keep the feet where they are and go back over to the right. Stepping in with the left. I'm just going to face you here. So you can just do the feet first if you want to. It's just a side step, not even leaning on anything else. It's just pedaling the feet down with the toes, up with the heel, down with the toes, up with the heel. Feeling that transfer of weight, right? Really steady, down. Right? I'm just showing you with my hands what my feet are doing. And then when you get to off screen, you can change direction to the other side. Who knows? So you want to make sure your feet are pointing forward, relatively forward. You're stepping out with the toes each time, in with the toes. We're generally breathing in one way and breathing out with the next step. Okay. So it's keeping those knees bent, getting this stability, practicing this feeling of transferring of weight, nice and smooth. Right, cool. And this is just our side step without moving the hips. We'll do one more to the left. And then here, keep your feet where they are and just transfer back to the right, your right, stepping in, okay? Good. And then we can add the hips here. So here, let's see. When you step out with your right, you'll shift your weight to the right and turn to the right corner. And then stepping in with the left, shifting your weight to the left, turning to the left corner. Keeping your feet facing forward, right? Stepping out with the right, shifting your weight to the right, turning to the right corner. It's just going to be to the corner. We're not going to try to go further than we can. And then stepping in, shifting your weight, turning. Stepping out with the toes. So when you step out with the toes, your body is still facing the corner. So that's important because if your body turns before your toe hits the ground, then your foot's gonna end up angling out, right? So you want to keep your feet facing forward. So you're gonna be facing your left corner as you step out with the right, and then shift the weight, turn. Right? And then here you're gonna face your right corner as you step in with the left and shift your weight and turn. Right, so we'll do one more here. Keep your feet where they are, and then shift your weight back over to your left, turning to the left, stepping in with the right. And it doesn't have to be a big turn, so maybe even less there. You can maybe trying to turn a little bit less. So if we try to turn too much, then it'll start to strain the knees. We'll kind of feel like our heel needs to come up. So, it's just to the corners, maybe 30 to 45 degrees here. Right, just getting that mobility of the hips, shifting your weight, turning. Shifting your weight, turning, yeah. Trying to get that same amount of turn to each side. So if you're shifting your weight, turning, notice how much you turn to the left and turn that same amount to the right. Okay. One more to this side. And then keeping your feet where they are, shift your weight back to the other side. Don't forget your breath. If you lose your breath, just breathe in with one step and breathe out with the other step. Keeping those knees soft there, stepping out, shift your weight, turn. Yeah, so make sure you anchor down with the toe before you turn. Because again, if you turn before you anchor your foot down, then your toe's gonna end up facing the corner, right? So you wanna, kind of reach out and then shift your weight, turn. Stepping in, shift your weight, turn. All right, we'll do one more to this side. Change direction just by shifting your weight back to the other side and stepping in. Yeah, trying to keep that body nice and tall. So if you notice you're kind of teetering over, think about sinking that weight straight down through the foot to the floor, through the floor, stepping in. Okay. And if you want to, then we can add the hands. So as you step out with your left, you're shifting your weight to the left. The left hand comes across the top. Then change hands as your foot comes in, stepping in with the right, shifting your weight to the right, turning to the right, right hand comes across the top. Stepping out left, shifting your weight to the left, turning to the left, left hand comes across the top, stepping in and turning to the right. So the top palm is facing you here, okay? The bottom hand is just kind of like, imagine if you're in a boat going down a river, you're just kind of running your hand down the side of the boat. That's how the bottom hand is, okay? The top hand is facing you, the palm is facing you, okay? And here, we'll do one more. Sorry? So if you're stepping out to your left hand will be on top. Yep. And and then change hands. I'm just going to change direction. And then if you're shifting your weight to the right, your right hand comes across the top. Right? Stepping in with the left, shifting to the left, left hand comes across the top. Change hands as you step out. So same time here, like right, my hands are moving at the same time that my foot steps out. So at the corner, and then shifting the weight, turning. Right hand comes across the top. Changing hands, stepping in, shifting your weight, turning. Stepping out with the toes, shift your weight, turn. Stepping in with the toes, shift your weight, turn. Yeah. Feeling that nice pedaling of the feet. Stepping out, shift your weight, turn. Change hands, stepping in, shift your weight, turn. Right, so change hands here. So here you can pause here if you want to, right? Just to know, okay, I'm stepping out with my left hand is on top, and then I'm gonna shift my weight, turn. Yeah, so that would be your right. So here, this would be your right foot steps in, my bad. Your left foot steps in, your left hand comes up top, and then shifting to the left. So this would be your right. And then on this transition, keeping your feet where they are, just change hands, and then shift your weight back over to your left. Yep, trying to stay low, staying that same height, and then adding your breath. Yep, don't be afraid to push your weight down there, it's not pushing your weight, it's really just allowing it to sink down, right? As we sink that weight down, it's coming off the other side, sinking it down, coming off the other side. Loading and unloading, that's what I call it. Stepping out, stepping in. Right? Don't be afraid to transfer weight. Right? There's a little bit of hesitancy there. It's I don't really want to transfer weight, but I need to turn, right? But remember, in Tai Chi, the movement always comes from the feet and the earth, right? So if you don't transfer your weight and you're just turning, then there's not much power or energy in there. But if you anchor down with the foot, then we're sinking down. We're using this power, this drive down into the earth to use our whole body to turn. There's a lot more power and energy there here. If I'm anchoring in, and then I'm shifting, pulling over there, right? And then turning. Stepping in. All right, we're gonna do one more this side. And just keep your feet where they are, change hands, and go back to your right. Stepping in. Yeah, so with the toes, stepping out. And stepping in. Toes, yep. Shifting your weight, turning, stepping in, shifting your weight, turning. Keeping those knees soft, stepping out, shifting. Keeping those knees a little bit softer there, Alex. One more here, and then we'll just come back to center and come up. Doesn't really matter how you want to do that. Cool. Any questions?
Toes down first.
Yes. So it's just like you're pedaling, like if these are my toes, right, and these are my heels. So down and coming up, and then down and coming up. So it's almost like if you just relaxed your ankle, right? If you relax your foot, the first part of your foot that's going to touch the ground is your toe, right? Yeah. So you want to just keep that relaxed here, right? It's almost like you're pulling up from the knee with a string. Just relax the foot. Sometimes we hesitate. You get close and then you're like, no, I don't want to. I see that a lot. It's not uncommon. And so just allowing yourself that vulnerability, perhaps, to just allow it to be supported by the earth. The floor is there, right? So you don't need to go oh my gosh, no, not yet, right? There's a little bit of and then same when we're lifting up, you can just slowly float that. Think about it as floating up, or like this puppet, just there's a string on your knee just coming, right? And then relaxing that foot, allowing that to happen, and then down. This one comes up at the same time, right? Yeah, so even just practicing this without the hands and without the hips, just working on this shifting in weight is really profound because it's in everything that we do. It's kind of a basic, and it seems easy, but it's hard, right? But feeling that load and unload, feeling that like drop of all this tension from the top of your head, your shoulders, sometimes we hold it in our hips, you know, so getting that to drop down to the earth, to the ground, right? Making sure that alignment is there so that you can just drop that weight down directly to the earth, right? So Barb, like play around with perhaps this bend. You know, just notice how maybe sticking your butt out a little bit, like it doesn't have to be, you know, but just a little bit, because I think you tend to lean back. Yeah. So just notice how that feels in the feet. Cool. So that's our wave hands. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. All good. Shake that out. Okay. You guys good with that one? Maybe not. Okay. And then the next one is our balance, like our series of balance. Which is, you know, easy but hard. I mean, easy than that, there's not really anything you need to remember, but it's difficult in terms of that it's a balance, right? So really the trick with the balancing is to make sure that you have the weight that's centered before you lift up. Right, so sometimes we like to like kind of push off, in which case that will automatically like throw us off. So it's really about, and that's the same principle that we were just doing on this wave hands, is that you want to sink that weight down, have this weight pretty solid here so that you can just float this up, right? And then you can kind of just bring that up wherever you want to do it, right? Yeah, good. And then the soft landing, so controlled landing, and same thing, so we're landing with the toes first, right? Toes first, feeling that weight go down, and then nice and solid and steady coming up, right? And this rooster stands on one leg, is same arm, same leg, right? So down, and then up. Yeah, relaxing that foot, down, breathing in, and breathing out. And then use this other hand right next to you. It's on this table, it's helping you with balance, breathing in. Nice and tall. Use the string at the top of your head to help you stay upright and steady and centered, breathing in and breathing out. And if you feel pretty good about your balance, maybe trying to get a little bit of expansion at the top. So instead of just coming like this, maybe a little bit of just a little bit of an expansion. If you can, breathing in and breathing out. Maybe a little bit of dropping those shoulders down and back, just a little bit more length and extension at the very top, the end of your exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. And not too high with that front hand, it's just shoulder height here. Shoulder height, and really the elbow and the knee are in line if possible, and like you're turning a light bulb with that front hand. Breathing in and breathing out. So see if you can get the arm and leg coming up at the same time. Breathing in and breathing out. Almost like a little puppet, right? Like, so they're kind of connected, they come up together and down together, and coming up together, arm and leg, yep. Breathing in and breathing out. We'll do one more on each side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Stay tall, yep. Soft landing, breathing in. And breathing out. Good, relax that foot there. All right, shake that out. We're gonna do our next balance, which is our kicks, right? Good, cool. Feeling good? Okay. We're gonna move into the next balance, our heel kicks. Okay, so to prep our heel kicks, we'll just give our legs a little bit of a rest first. So feet underneath the knees, underneath the hips, and just kind of coming up, breathing in. So this is what one of my students calls butterfly hands. So they're crossing in front of you, and then opening up, looking over to your left. Okay, breathing in. So if you're going to look over to your right hand will be further away from your body, and breathing out. So breathing in. And just notice how stable and confident you feel on these 2 feet. Breathing out. This is the same feeling you want when you're on one leg. Breathing in. And here when we breathe out, the palms flip out like you're in a zorb. Have any of you been in a zorb? Have you any of you zorbed? Yeah? So you know, like, that feeling of being in a Zorb, okay? Breathing in a little bit of that, like, softness at the end here, but you're in a Zorb, palms out here. Breathing in. And breathing out. Yeah, and maybe, and also noticing if your shoulders become engaged, and when they do, maybe just open up. So we don't want to raise our shoulders up like this and then down, right? So just being conscious of that, maybe just here, and then rounding that. Breathing in. And breathing out. Yeah, that's better there. Wow. Yeah, breathing in. And breathing out, yeah. Palms out, feel that in the Zorb, imagine, yeah. Breathing in. There's a little bit of that expansion here, breathing out. Alright, breathing, we'll do one more on each side. And breathing out. And one more, breathing in. And breathing out. Okay, on this next one, we're going to add the kick. So breathing and shifting your weight to your right, I believe. Here, left knee comes up, and then breathing out. Stay nice, good job. Breathing in. So you're still strong and stable here. Upper body doesn't change from what we just did. Breathing out. Breathing in. So you can have you have some options here. You can just bring up the knee and not kick. You have this option, okay? You have this other option, breathing in. You could bring it up real, like lower, and then kick low. Okay, you can kick low, right? Bring it, breathing in. Or you can bring it up high and kick higher. But you want the upper body to stay stable, the same as what we just did when we weren't kicking. Okay, so find where you are, challenge yourself perhaps. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, so if I'm kicking, you're kicking with your right hand will be further away from you, and you're going to look to the direction of your kick. If you can, if that's available to you. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, trying to relax that foot before and after the kick. So we're heel kicking, so the toe does pull back, but afterwards just relax, relax that foot. It's still toe down first. Breathing in. Hands there, Sandy. Breathing in and breathing out. Very good. One more on each side here. Breathing in and breathing out. Palms out. One more. Breathing in and breathing out. Palms out. All right, good. Relax. Shake that out. Cool. Any questions there? Yeah, we're gonna have one side, Brenda, it's all good.
And lose the flow of my arms when we release.
Yeah.
I notice that I'm kind of like suddenly.
Yeah. It's like, so that's why I really like to prep this with just the arms. Like get that feeling of stability, of confidence, of smoothness, of expansion, and then no big deal. You can start low. That might be helpful, just to start kicking low. Just get that feeling of, one leg, but still nice and calm, right? Stable, confident, yeah, good. All right, cool. We're on to the last move here, which is really 4 moves. So the footwork is similar to what we did at the beginning, but there's a few things in the middle. So this one grasps the bird's tail. So it consists of a ward off, a roll back, going back to center, and then a press and a push, okay? But the feet don't really move. It's really just the shifting back and forth, okay? So it's really important to get this nice strong stance. So again, we want our feet to be hip width apart here in our bow stance. So if we're like this, every time we shift back and forth, it's gonna knock us off, right? So we really wanna make sure we choose where we're putting that foot down so we're nice and solid when we come back. There's a little bit of turn there, or press, okay? I'm gonna do it facing this way first, so let me think here. Which way do we do this? Let me think. Okay, So we'll go to the right first. So we'll just start here. The weight on the left, holding the ball with the left hand on top, and stepping out right. So again, this is where we choose to go a little bit further back there, Miss Clara. And you can maybe again, you want to make sure you can lift up that heel, and really this is important to choose where you want to put that foot, and we're warding up. So it looks like a brush horse's mane, but it's really just a straight up and down, okay? But it's the same arm, same leg. Good. The bottom hand is next to you. And we're going to do a little squeeze. So there's a little bit of this like squeeze and twist, like you're reading the end of you're reading a towel at the very end, right? So a little bit of a squeeze. And then we have our right hand palm down, left hand palm up. You're going to pull back. So shifting your weight back. Staying tall here, so try not to lean back. Feel the weight in that left heel. Open up here to the left corner, left corner, back to center. So the weight is still really on the back. It's burning, feel that burn. And then press. All right, good. And then pulling back, breathing in, and push, breathing out. All right, good. Same thing the other side. So pulling back, pivot your right foot in. So same footwork from the beginning, holding the ball, so right hand on top. Again, choosing where you want to put this left toe, you step out, and then ward off. So it's left hand, left foot. Right, good. Little squeeze, pull down, so left palm down, right palm up. As you pull down, shifting your weight back. Open up as a big circle with the right hand, turning your hips back to center. The weight is still on the back. Make sure the weight's still on the back here, Sandy. And then pushing with this back heel to press. Yeah, good, and all of you guys have this right press, good. And then pulling back and push. All right, do it again. Pulling back, pivot this left foot in. Shifting your weight to the left, holding the ball. So just making sure you have your left hand on top here. Stepping out right, again, choosing where you want to put this foot. Your weight's still in the back, and then ward off. Little squeeze, roll back. Shifting your weight back, keeping your weight on the back, turn the hips back to center, and then press with the legs, pulling back, breathing in, and push, breathing out. Good. Other side, breathing in, pivot in, holding the ball, stepping out left, so again, choosing push and turn, so ward off, little squeeze, roll back, pull down. So again, so when you squeeze here, your hands don't really move that much. You're just going to move with your body, right? It's almost like you're tossing. You're just kind of tossing up. The left hand will naturally want to foot down, so palm down, right hand palm up. Shifting your weight back, opening up those hips, back to center. Weight still on the back. Weight still on the back. So make sure, Clara, your weight's on the back, and then press. Like so. Do a shorter stance. Pulling back, breathing in, and push, breathing out. It is hard on the legs, right? So you can choose a shorter stance. Pulling back, pivot in, holding the ball left hand on top, stepping out right, again, choosing where you want to put this heel, and then ward off. Palm facing you here. Little squeeze, roll back, big circle with the left. Back to center, and weights on the back, press, pulling back, breathing in, and push, breathing out. All right, we'll do one more here.
And you can push it, see?
Yeah.
Pushing.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, so here we want to push the heel or the wrist. Really, we're protecting the wrist with the heel of the palm. Okay, so yeah, exactly. So you don't want to use your fingers, right? So fingers to palm is not going to be strong, right? Or this, it's not going to be strong either. So you want to, this is going to be where you want to protect. Boom, right? Yeah, good, yeah. Okay. We'll do one more here. Pulling back, pivot your right foot in, holding the ball, stepping out left heel, ward off. Little squeeze. Roll back, so left palm down, right palm up. Big circle. Yeah, not too big there, Barb, so just watch the shoulder. So it is a big circle, but bend at the elbow sooner. Right there, right, and then back to center, and then press. Good correction again. Pulling back, breathing in. Making sure you can pull back. There you go, Clara, yes. And if that feels too much, bring your foot in. Make it smaller. Yeah, so make it a smaller stance. You have a really big stance that is kind of overstretching, making it more difficult. So make it easy. We'll do one more on each side. Breathing in, put it in, holding the ball. So here, this is where you get to choose your stance. So if all of your weight is on the back, wherever your toe lands, that's how big your stance is going to be. Okay? And then ward off. Little squeeze, roll back. The weight's on the back here. Okay, so this is another thing that I see. Sometimes when we come, we like shift our weight forward, and then we just end up either pushing forward or leaning forward. So yeah, you want to just make sure the weight's still on the back here, and press. Really pulling with this back foot here as you shift your weight back, and push. Yeah, good. All right, and we'll do one more. Pulling back, pivot in, holding the ball, stepping out left, forward off. Yeah, good. Little squeeze, roll back. It's when we're bending up the elbow, back to center, and then press. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, so maybe a little bit more patience, right, before you press, and push. Feeling that connection to the earth through your feet. Okay, so we'll finish here. Pivot your left foot in, your right foot out. Gather, stepping in hip width apart. This is butterfly hands in front. Relax your hands and coming up, stepping in with the left toes. Yeah? You guys have any questions on that? Because now's our time to put it all together.
Oh.
Yeah. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. So the first half we know, right? Just one on each side. When we get to our wave hands, it's 2 steps to each side. Okay, and then balance is 1 on each side, and then this will be 1 on each side. You guys, you ready? Have it a go, have a go. Okay. All right, so here we go. Feet together. Breathing in and breathing out, sinking down. Shifting to the right, stepping out, left, gently, centering. Breathe in, arms up, shoulder height. Breathing out, sinking down. Breathing in, left hand forward, right hand back. Relax the shoulders, bend up the elbow. Push and pull, breathing out, right hand forward, left hand to your waist. Breathing in, right hand forward, left hand back. Push and pull, breathing out, left hand forward, right hand to your waist. Breathing in, shifting your weight to the right, looking back, so just paying attention to your elbow and wrist there. Stepping out left, again, choosing where you want to put that foot, and then push. Remember, bottom hand is down, right? That's when we push down. Pulling back, breathing in, pivot that left foot in, shifting your weight to the left. Watching that elbow and wrist angle, stepping out right, your left hand to the ear, right palm pushes down, and then push and turn. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Pulling back, pivot your right foot in, holding the ball. Right hand on top, stepping out left heel, brush horse and breathe. Pulling back, pivot your left foot in, shifting your weight to the left, holding the ball, left hand on top. Stepping out right, brush horses. Here, we shift the weight all the way to the left. Stepping in with the right, breathing out. 1 more to the left, breathing in. Keeping your feet where they are. Just change direction back to the right, breathing out. Stepping in, breathing in. 1 more to the right, breathing out. Keeping your feet where they are, shift your weight back to the left. And release your balance, right side up. Breathing out. Breathing in, down other side. Breathing out. Breathing in, here's our heel kick, so choose your option. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Soft landing, holding the ball on your left. Stepping out right, ward off. Breathing out. Little squeeze, roll back, weights on the back, big circle, keep your weight on the back to center, and then press, breathing out, breathing in, and push, breathing out. Other side, breathing in, pivot your right foot in, holding the ball, right hand on top, stepping out left heel, ward off. Yep, little squeeze, roll back. Keeping the weight on the back as you come back to center, just bend the elbow a little bit earlier. Press. Breathing and staying tall, loading the back leg, and push. back, breathing in, pivot that left foot in, right foot out, open the curtains, gather the energy, coming back, stepping in hip width apart with the right, relax your hands and coming up, stepping in with the left toes. Should we do it again? I can do it again doing mirror image. Would that be helpful? Like you guys do it and I'm gonna do mirror image of you? Would that mess you up or? Good try, good try. My prompts will be what you're doing. My prompts will be what you're doing. Good try. You could delete it after. Alright, see what's most helpful for you. Because sometimes I think when you see me, I'm facing you and then, yeah. But my prompts, just know that my prompts are always what you're doing. Okay? So here we go. Feet together, breathing in and breathing out, sinking down. Shifting your weight to your right, stepping out with your left, centering. Breathing in, arms up, shoulder height. Breathing out, sinking down. Your left hand forward, right hand back. Breathing in and breathing out. Your right hand forward, left hand to your waist. Breathing in, right hand forward, left hand back. And push and pull, breathing out, left hand forward, right hand to your waist. Breathing in, shifting your weight to your right, looking back. So looking back for our pose one. Stepping out, right hand to your ear, left hand pushes down and brush to move. Breathing in, pull back, pivot your left foot in, shifting your weight to the left, looking back, pose one, stepping out, left hand to your ear, right hand pushes down, brush to move on. Pulling back, breathing in, pivoting your right foot in, shift your weight to the right, holding the ball, right hand on top, stepping out left, brush horse's mane. Step out of the heel. Pulling back, breathing in, pivot your left foot in, holding the ball, left hand on top, stepping out right heel, brush horses. Breathing in, shifting your weight all the way to the left, stepping in with the right. One more to your left. Keeping your feet where they are, shift your weight back over to your right. Stepping in with the left. One more to your right. Keeping your feet where they are, shift your weight back over to your left. Here's our balance, right side up. Watch that bottom hand. Breathing in, breathing out. Yep, relax the foot. Breathing in, gather. Here's our heel kick right. Breathing out. Yep. Breathing in, gather. Heel kick left. Breathing out. Good, breathing in, holding the ball on your left, stepping out right, forward off. Little squeeze, roll back, big circle, loading the back, back to center, and press. Pulling back, breathing in, and push, breathing out. Other side, breathing in, pivot your right foot in, holding the ball, right hand on top, stepping out left heel, forward off. Little squeeze, roll back, big circle, loading the back, back to center, and press. Yep, not too far there again. Pulling back, breathing in, and push, breathing out. Yep, pulling back, pivot your left foot in, your right foot out, open the curtains, gather the energy. Butterfly hands, relax your hands, coming up, stepping in with the left toes. Good job.
Very good.
Cool. Any questions?
I think we probably do.
So pivot in, pivot out there. So we're so if I'm doing your image, so you're pivoting in with the left, pivot out with the right. So pivoting in this way, pivoting in, pivoting out. So you're really opening up the curtains, and then you're coming in, stepping in hip width apart with your right. Relax the hands and then come up, stepping in with the left. Cool. Let's finish in our circle or semicircle, as you guys like it, with our self-massage from the front of your scalp to the back. You can join me in the camera if you want. Any takers, any takers? No. All right, the ears from the top all the way around, giving them a squeeze, a shake, a jiggle, a twist, whatever you need there. And that part in front, tragus, and the third eye, the temples, the cheeks, the sinuses, the upper lip philtrum, under the lower lip, the shoulders and neck area. So swing, and moving down one, up the outside, across the chest, down the other side, up the outside, and then between the thumb and the forefinger there, so like here, just, you know, and then down the side of the rib cage, down the other side, and then the lower back, the key area, the bum, the outer thighs. You can just rest your arms down, look at that point, down the legs, the shins, up the inside, calves, inner knee, the inside, bone area.